Cool. So I am here to actually give a recommendation for hiring Maria. Maria, she worked for me for a handful of months actually, and I also at the same time had other VAs work for me. And hands down, Maria actually is the best VA that I've hired thus far. While she was working for me on the technical side of stuff. Um, she was doing a lot of cold calling. She was also doing some administrative tasks for me while I was hiring up other VAs. She also helped with that whole process with being able to find the talent, which was hard enough to find good talent. These people that she was finding were super well qualified, tons of experience with stuff. Um, and also, she was helping me organize the interview. She was doing first round interviews, things of that nature as well. Like I said, she did cold calling, and we were doing things such as Mojo Dialer, Sales Dialer, and her output was phenomenal. On things that are just more qualitative that you really can't put a value to is that she always showed up on time, if not early. If there was ever an issue, which life happens and there's sometimes issues, she would keep me in the loop and then make up the hours. And she would never do the ghosting thing that is, that happens where just drop off the face of the earth and there would be no connection. As far as what she would expect from me, it was pretty simple of just clear instructions, which if you're going to have an employee, that's a given, to have clear KPIs, and that's only to be fair as well, and also for payment to be on time, which that's not an issue for me either. So her expectations on my side were pretty simple for me to keep. Our communication was flawless. We communicated every single day, and she showed up on time and she did her job. So if you're wondering why she doesn't work for me right now, that would be a great question. The reason being is just that there's personal issues that have taken me away from my business stuff right now, that I'm just not going to have the time to go down that channel that we were doing with cold calling, specifically. So that's the reason why. If there was if I was still doing cold calling, then she would be hands down the way that we would be going with it. Um, and that, my background professionally as a project manager, I work with Fortune 100 and 500 companies. I do consulting. So I can tell you when there's talent and when there's not. I've done a lot of hiring and firing professionally, and she's good. She's very, very good. And then as far as what she was doing for me, specifically for my business, it had to deal with real estate. So she has a background in real estate, and she comes from a managerial background. So anything that you give her, she probably can also come up with training, training documentation, and she is forward thinking in the thought process that she will see what the process is and what can be improved upon with it, and also help document. So pretty much if you're looking for a, diamond in the rough, it would be Maria. And, just full circle with it is she does her job. She does it on time. She's honest. She keeps you in the loop. And she's professional, doesn't have an accent, helps you document, and has kind of an entrepreneurial spirit. So she gets where you're coming from. And, honestly, probably the best decision that you can make for hiring a VA.